Do you feel more secure financially now than you did 10 or 15 years ago? Do you literally feel like you can afford the same lifestyle at the same numbers 15 years ago than you can today? And I know some people will say that's unrealistic. It is unrealistic to a certain degree, but things shouldn't cost that much more than they do now. And what I also find interesting is this. I look at just like, the cost of eggs, milk, things in the market, right? So those things have always gone up my entire life. But the speed at which they're going up is a little bit different now. Specifically in the business that I operate in the real estate business. And when I look at the real estate business, a lot of times as someone who is a developer and a landlord, I have to raise prices just because the cost of me doing business is more. The cost of me to pay a water bill is more. The cost of me to just like have repairs done is more. So that always trickles down to whether that's a tenant or a buyer or what have you. But the point is, there has to be some sort of breaking point, right? I remember getting into this game when we still in the city of Philadelphia. People were still paying $500 and $600 for rent. So when someone gave you, 3 months up front, first, last security, that might have been $1,500. But now our rent hovers somewhere around the neighborhood of $1,800 from a median standpoint. And you're talking about someone having to put close to $6,000 down just to rent a property. That is, to me, is from a long-term standpoint, that's a little bit it just can't keep up that way. Things can't keep up that way. There has to be a breaking point. I don't know what that breaking point is, and I'm not trying to scare anyone, but what I do know is I want to be in control of an asset that is outside of the traditional system, just in case, from a pure security standpoint. So I bring that up as when we talk about this a lot of times and people reach out to me, they're talking about this as like being a bonus on top of everything else they have. And what I'm telling them is the same way that I view insurance at this point is how I view having an alternative asset, right? So for some of you, that may be gold. That's fine. Do I think Bitcoin is better than gold? I absolutely do. I think it's gold 2.0. But I also understand that people were like, look, I want to buy gold. That's fine, right?